Well, God bless you. This is Dr. Michael Stevens, and I am bringing you another inspirational moment from Israel, the Holy Land of the Bible. And many of you all know I've been to Israel over 22, 23 times. Honestly, I've stopped counting over the years, and it never fails. Today is another day where we learn so much revelation, so much insight, and we got a great tour guide named Moshe. And you know, today we were actually in what we call Cana. The original Hebrew is Kana, but what we call Cana, where the first miracle took place. Very interesting thought. I want you to get this. So it's in John chapter 2. John chapter 2, we all know that the first miracle was performed there in what we would call Cana. But something interesting. Number one, the water was turned into wine in Cana. But when you read John chapter 2, it opens like this: on the third day, on the third day, on the third day. And here's a note: anytime numbers or a number is mentioned in Bibles, obviously there's something important about that number. Why the third day? Why the third day? Well, what was happening on the third day? It was a wedding. Not only was it a wedding, it was a big wedding. It was a largely attended wedding. And so at this largely attended wedding, some scholars suggest 900 to 1,000, maybe 1,200 people. There's an embarrassing moment. The wine is run out, right? And so the mother of Jesus says, Jesus, hey, we need wine. He says, listen, how many basins do you have? And there's 6 jars or 6 earthen vessels of water. But here's the thing. It was on the third day. Why the third day? Well, because in Jewish custom, Jewish tradition, the third day is the only day in Genesis chapter 1 where it is a double blessing. It is the only day where God says it was good twice. Not day 1, not day 2, but the third day. And in Hebrew, the third calendar day of the week is Tuesday. So it was on a Tuesday that the wedding was, not on Friday or Saturday as we have it in the States, but on Tuesday. Now, the Jews have kind of gotten away from this tradition because most companies and the government, they're closed on the weekends and people have more family and time to celebrate more. But back in traditional Jewish custom, most weddings were on Tuesdays because they believe that's what the day of double blessings, the day of double blessings, according to Genesis chapter 1. Now, that being said, it is on a Tuesday that the wedding is taking place. Now, the water is turned into wine. And you got to remember now, this is in a very fertile part of Israel, Cana, up in the north, where it was like for us, it would have been Napa Valley. There should not have been a shortage of wine. But for whatever reason, a miracle needed to be performed. And just as a side note, all this talk about wine being fermented and unfermented, you know what? I think that was the modern day church's way of keeping folk off of alcohol and stop creating more alcoholics. The reality was this: it was wine. It was fermented. It was alcoholic wine. Folk got tore up from the flow up, all right? So the reality was it was all in moderation during those days. So here's the thing. For your Tuesday morning, may your day be a day of double blessings. And I don't know who I'm speaking to, don't know what you got going on in your world, in your life, but may on this Tuesday be a day of double blessings, all right? Receive it, speak it, claim it, and trust God that on this day, God's got something double for your trouble. I'm Dr. Mike Stevens, bringing you from the Holy Land of Israel. I can't wait for you to join me on the next trip. Stay on my website, michaelastevens.com, for the next tour to Israel 2024. God bless.